What is going on today, guys? We are checking out a new game called Night of the Dead. We've been playing this game on stream for a while now, and it is an awesome survival game. It's just packed with tons of great stuff to do. Just got it off of Steam not too long ago, and like I said, we've been playing it on stream for a while, so I wanted to show you guys the game on YouTube here. So anyway, you got 7 different difficulty levels. Default is normal, of course, which we're going to start out on normal, and then you also have hardcore mode, which basically, as you can see, makes it so if you die, you're done. It's basically permadeath, I guess is what you call it. So anyway, the game is great. Like I said, we've been playing it on stream for quite a while. If you guys want to come check out a stream of the game, just hop on over to twitch.tv and check me out on there. The link's always in the video descriptions below. So anyway, let's get right into it. So what you start out with is you get just a little knife here, as you can see, and most of the stuff around the map is harvestable. So bushes you can chop up, you can pick up the small rocks on the ground, which you will need, and you get various different things from leaves, branches, fruits, herbs. You can get seeds, you can get just a whole bunch of stuff. You can harvest mushrooms off the ground. So as we go through here, you guys will get to see a lot of the stuff, and I'll try to explain it more so as we go here. But as you can see, it's a third-person survival game, but it's not too dissimilar to 7 Days to Die. You have the hordes. You have to gather resources. You have to go out and loot. There's the zombies, I guess I'll call them. You also have animals. Some of the animals do attack you on here. Some of them are, like the deer there. The stags will come after you hit them a couple times, but the does will not. It really depends on the animal. Foxes, rabbits, the birds, you can shoot them and they all die in one hit with a bow. Whereas, the deer take a couple hits, that's an eagle. So there's tons of different animals in the game, which you guys will see as we go along. Each thing has its specific uses. For example, right off the bat, your rabbit fur and rabbit bones are basically what you will use to upgrade the first level on each of your tools and also your bags, which we'll get into later on as we go. But anyway, when you hotkey something onto your hotbar, it does disappear from your inventory, and then when you put it away, it pops back into your inventory. So you always got that in your room. If you are using a gun or the bow that requires ammo, it'll be socketed into this slot here. So tons of different things in the game, and you go around, you break stuff down like this. You can loot houses like that. Houses can contain different weapons from crossbow to the RU-74 or like the game's version of the M16. You can also get a couple different melee tools like a crowbar, a baseball bat, a katana. So there's tons of different stuff you're gonna wanna look for and loot. And as you can see on the left hand side of the screen, it kind of gives you a little bit of a quest line to go through and kind of follow to get you started. So anyway, it wants us to make a felling axe. So when I make the felling axe, I also go ahead and get myself the pickaxe right away as well, and then I just assign them to the 4 and 5 slot. Personal preference more than anything. The hammer is used for destroying any of the buildings that you make. You do currently get full resources back for it. I don't foresee that lasting. I assume that'll get patched out and you'll end up having to use your research points to get better yield back, I guess is what I'll say. But anyway, the only spot you can find these small rocks is by picking them up on the ground, and you do use them. You do use a decent amount of them, so if you find them, go ahead and take the opportunity to grab them. You'll see some areas have them all over, and then you'll see some areas have none. But these are the mushrooms. I think there's 4 or 5 different kinds of mushrooms around, so take advantage of them. you do have boulders like this, and then there's a darker one which is iron, and then you can take your axe and go up to any tree and knock it down. You do need to be kind of specific with what tool you use to take down the tree. Your knife will not cut through it, but your knife will, or your axe will be able to go through the bushes. So here's another type of mushroom here. There's actually two of the same ones right here. You can pick these up. These you'll use to cook with. If you eat them as is, you do, some of them, like this, the white mushroom gives you +1 health. This will give you -5 health. So you got to be careful with that. There's 4 buttons on top of your inventory here. This is basically to sort your inventory. So it basically will assign foods and animal materials up front. Then it goes with your working materials and stuff as you go down, and your equipment towards the bottom. Then you also have like your equipment slot here, food slot here, and then like your other building materials and accessories like that go there. So anyway, the next thing it wants us to do is make a foundation. We're going to hold off on doing that for now. What we're going to do is we're actually going to do a little bit of looting, do a little bit of exploring as well, and try to find ourselves, well actually what we could do is I can actually show you how to use the hammer to destroy stuff. What it's going to want you to do is basically craft a bow right away, which is definitely advisable to get done as soon as possible. It's a good weapon. It'll keep the zombies off you. So you can adjust the height of it with Q and E. You use your middle mouse button to rotate it back and forth. Snap will basically allow you to snap it onto another piece of foundation that you've already built. Right click to cancel, left you click and hold to build it. Now next it wants you to make stairs. So you come into the build menu again and go to the stairs, and you'll see the resources it requires right down here. And then you can just flip it around like this and assign it down. Now Alt will snap it on and off of the piece as you want it. So just do like that. Then you can hit B to just quickly get out of build. L runs your light. You'll see she has a little bit of light right on like her waist tool belt. You turn that on and off. M is your map. You'll see that there is a gigantic map, and there is tons of cities and tons of wilderness throughout the map. So you'll spawn in various different spots. I've spawned over here, over in here. So it's random every time you come in and out. But now I want you to make an equipment production table. Now this is probably the most essential thing you should focus on right away. And as you can see, what it requires and what you're missing here. So we do need a couple more logs, or rather just one more. So we're just going to chop down a tree real quick. Once we get the equipment production table made and we get our bow, we'll go through and we'll destroy what we have currently built. And then we're going to go out, do a little bit of looting, and try to find ourselves a permanent spot. I do want to build as close to a bigger city as possible. Now, I'm not saying that's 100% necessary. If you guys want to build out away from the city, that's, you know, that's perfectly fine. For me personally, I like to build as close to the city as possible, so then it's less distance I have to cover to go and do my loot runs. There is more zombies by the city. There is also a lot nastier zombies by the city as well. So anyway, here's the equipment bench. You have all the equipment you can make. Some you have to unlock through research yet. Then you also have stuff for like your I'll call them traps, setups to repel the nightly horde waves. By the way, for those of you wondering, horde night is every night on here. Every night you get hordes that come, and they will increase in difficulty every night. So it does get to be a bit hectic, but it's a lot of fun. Anyway, this is your upgrade slot. You'll see everything you need to upgrade, and you can see it takes iron, the piece of equipment you want to upgrade, and then 1 rabbit skin and 1 rabbit bone for the first level. Now that's for everything here. Everything takes the same, with the exception of what piece you're upgrading. So what we need to do is we need to make ourselves a bow. So it takes branches and vines, get that crafted up, and we're just going to assign that to our number 8 slot. And the reason for number 8 slot is that is a quick slot, or quick button that I have assigned to my mouse. I have 2 buttons on the side of my mouse. So I have number 8 and number 7 assigned to my mouse. But anyway, come into your main tab menu here, and this is where you can make your arrows. Now you have arrows, and these are crossbow bolts. So crossbow is a lot better, but it's something you have to loot and find. And as you can see, when the bow is equipped, it will show you your stack of the ammo in there. Arrows stack to 15, crossbow bolts stack to 10. You can increase them by upgrading your ammo bag here, and it'll increase the carrying capacity per stack. So anyway, we're just going to start with 30 arrows for now, and we're going to make ourselves the claw hammer now, and we're going to assign that to quick slot 6. And then we can go through here and you can demolish it and then get all your resources back. Now you can do that for everything you build here and get it all back, even if it's upgraded. So just go through this and get all our stuff back quick, and then we're going to go grab the journal off the ground up here real quick. So there's a journal that's at every spot where you can spawn on here, and you pick it up and then you click J to go into your journal, and you can read through here. It wants to send you to coordinates to obtain certain items you'll need to escape. So as it says, you can obtain info needed to escape the game and win it, basically. I'll let you guys pause the video and take a minute to read this if you want to, and it'll kind of explain a little bit of that sort of stuff. There's special items in the game you do need to pick up, so as we go we are going to try to find them. I'm not going to guarantee that I'll know where they're all at. So far I've only seen one, but I'm not going to mention what it is until we get to it. So anyway, basically your objective early game should be to loot as much as possible, get yourself a good base set up, and get the starts to your horde base going as soon as possible. For the first horde night, you really only need 1 trap on your base and you're good to go. And the zombies, you're going to want to go for some headshots on them, and after you get a couple headshots, you're going to want to go for body shots, because otherwise if you pop their head off, their head does explode and your arrows go flying and they roll for days. They will roll forever and you will never find them again. So as you can see, there's birds flying around. Go ahead, and I like to just use the bow early game, basically until I find a good melee weapon. I will just continue to use the bow even in close quarters situations, which is probably not the best idea. If you do have a melee weapon, it is probably very advisable to use it when you're clearing buildings. I just found the bow works well for me. I do miss quite a bit. You guys will see a lot of that. Arrows are pretty cheap though, so if you miss, you don't have to necessarily worry about picking up all your arrows. I tend to pick them up if I can, or sometimes I'll just leave them behind anyway. But as you can see, that is a sparrow. You can tell by the size of it. You can shoot them out of the air if you get lucky and get the right angle on them. I'm not able to hit it right now, but you can actually pick them out of the air. They will come and land on the ground for you, or they'll land on a building. Sometimes they even get stuck in the building. There's one right there. So as you can see, you just shoot them. Birds you only need to hit once with the bow, and then you can skin them and you'll get a feather, a bone, and some meat out of them. So as you can see, we did get bird meat, we got a sparrow bone, and a sparrow feather. Now again, each animal plays a part into what you need for upgrades. All their feathers, skins, bones all play a significant part in upgrading your weaponry, so you will need all of them as you go. It's just a matter of which ones you need at the time. Now some zombies do have like a special ability. You'll see them like back up and come charging at you and stuff. They're pretty easy to get away from. Just wait till they try to take a swat at you and then take a few steps. Some of them are very slow, some of them are extremely fast, and depending on what the special zombie is, they will have different abilities. There is one called the Butcher, or I call it the Butcher. He does throw like throwing axes or throwing knives at you. I'm not sure exactly what they are, but he does throw them at you. So you'll have to be careful of that. And there's, as far as I've seen, there is 3 different main special zombies in the game that I've run into it, at least. So these ones are slow, as you can see. We can basically walk away from them. If they hit you when you're trying to attack them, you're not able to hit them right away. However, if you... Oh, there's a special attack that one did. It basically does a jump and a stomp at you. And as you can see, some of them do take a significant amount of hits. That one took 7 arrows, including the one to the head. But they do have some special abilities, special attacks, I guess you'll call them. Some of them do that jump and stomp at you. Some of them come charging at you and will, like, shoulder hit you. But anyway, back into the building here, you will find stuff like this that you do have to actually loot through. You don't break these down. You find a whole bunch of different stuff in them. You can find a crossbow. Always have research material. They normally have ammo. The game is very generous with weapons, but not always the one you're looking for. So do note that. Now, as for what you're going to find in the building, it's completely random. You're going to find normally a couple of these things like this you can break down. Sometimes you'll find a refrigerator that you can bust down into materials. These contain ammo, if I can get around this board. Break these down. These normally have about 15 rifle rounds in them. So there it had 13 and a piece of iron. And these normally are just lumber or planks and nails. Let's see, we got nails and planks and lumber and rope. Okay, so that's about the normal there. As far as arrows go, like I said, they are pretty cheap. So it takes 1 piece of iron and 1 tree branch. So don't worry about losing arrows. If you lose arrows, it's not the end of the world. But anyway, that's basically... Oh, we got a wolf. Where's he at? Here he comes. Wolves are not too terribly hard to keep away from. When they lunge to attack you, just turn and run from them. And they don't take too many hits, as you can see there. They are dangerous, though. They definitely will come at you as soon as they see you. Bears will also attack you on here, so do keep an eye out for them as well. You just got to kind of play them, I guess is what I'll call them. What I'll call it. You just kind of play them to get them, to get the kill on them. Bears take significant amount of hits to kill. When we were playing on stream, we actually had set up our base apparently right on top of a bear spawn. So every several hours, a bear would spawn in and run up our base on us without making noise and all of a sudden be hitting us. Bears were kind of a pain, but they're not too terribly hard to kill. There is quite an easy way to, I'll call it a cheese. You can cheese them with a base. So anyway, before we even loot anything else, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mark this spot on our map here so we know where we stopped looting. And what we're going to do is we're going to go explore. I want to try to find like a main city area. Instead of looting all this right now, I want to find a main city area so we can get set up next to it and then come back and loot. Now you'll see here, this is kind of like a compound sort of thing. There's a bunch of different houses and stuff in here. Now this is not one of the main cities, but this will have your first look at one of the special zombies. You will find it in here. It'll either be a really tall zombie. You'll either find the butcher or you'll find a spider. One of the 3 is gonna be here. So whether or not which one it is, you're gonna have to look around and find him. And when you do find him, you will know he will be the one that goes down extremely hard. is about the way I can put it. There's a fox over there behind that rock. You can shoot them from quite a range. If you do get close to them, they will run from you. Sometimes they are a little bit hard to hit. See if I can actually get a hit on him. Oh, I hit right below him. Not quite enough. Not quite enough elevation. If you crouch, it seems to help as far as the amount of noise you make. So if we can sneak over here, he should be right along the house here. Oh, there's one over there yet. And we hit him. I thought. Yep, there we go. We got him that time. Must have hit the bush. And there's another deer back there. It's kind of, apart from like the spawns, it is kind of random as to what you'll find wherever. I don't think there's really necessarily a set spawn for all the smaller animals. However, there is like a set spawn for the bears and stuff like that. You can actually find their spawn spot. But anyway, I'm going to try to show you guys one of the big zombies. We're not going to be taking him on unless he aggroes onto us. Just because of the fact that we're not exactly geared up for him yet. That's not one of them. He will be significantly taller than that, but we're not quite to the point where I want to take on the special zombie yet. Unless, like I said, unless we accidentally aggro him and have to kill him, I would rather not. So none of them are, but as you can see, this is kind of like, I will say, it's like the city area of this spawn on the map. We could kill this deer if we wanted. It does take a few shots. Oops, I hit the rock. Just got to kind of chase them. They will zigzag back and forth. If I can hit him. There we go. Take all our arrows back from them. And again, animals are very important. Not only do they give you food, or stuff that you can cook with. Oh, we are full. That's not good. We need to drop something here. We'll actually get rid of the red mushroom. We definitely need to take that deer bone. But anyway, we're full right now, so we're just kind of looking for our spot to set up. But another good way to find like the cities and stuff is get up high and then just take a look at your surroundings here. So as you can see, there is a decent sized city development over there as well. And then we do have this compound here. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go pretty much back to where we marked on the map and take a look around there. We're going to go to the right from there. This looks like a pretty decent sized building. So now you can't loot all the building. Some buildings you cannot actually get into. Why exactly that is, I'm not 100% sure. And the big vehicles like this, and there's also another one that I found that you cannot break down and loot the stuff off of them. But whether this building is actually accessible or not, it looks like it is, but it doesn't look like it's going to have any main loot in it. Like I said, I'm trying to find a good spot to get set up in where we got a lot of area around to loot. Oh, we triggered one of the screaming women. She's a slower one. If you get one of the tall ones that scream, they will be significantly faster. But anyway, this does look like a pretty decent area as far as looting goes, so we'll probably set up on the outskirts out here. I think the road kind of pretty much dead ends back here by the looks of it. We're going to have to check that out though. I'm not 100% sure on that. Beware of bears. That's how you know you're close to a bear spawn, by the way. So when you see a sign like that, keep your eyes out, because if the bears see you, they will aggro onto you. But we're going to get a top-down view from up here. Take a look at the river, or whatever you'd like to call this. And as you can see, it does look like there's some a significant amount more buildings over there, so we are going to set up in between these two compound areas, and that'll give us a good centralized location to basically build from and then loot from as well. So I don't know, whoops, if your inventory is full and you switch, like, see, I pulled out my knife, our arrows do fall down. It's not a big deal. Arrows are pretty cheap to make, so it kind of is what it is there. But anyway, we do need to set up, so we're going to be building our main base here, and we're going to set up our horde base just next to it, kind of thing. So to start off with, I make a pretty decent sized base, you guys will see. I guess it's just kind of how I like to go about it. But anyway, you can pretty much build at any height as long as the pillars are sitting in the ground here, as you can see. If you want to build higher, you do need to place a foundation below the foundation height you want. And you can also build floors on here later on. So we will get a bit of that as well. But just make sure when you're placing your foundations and stuff down, you're not going to be too high or too low for the ground around where you're going to build. So I like to go with about a medium height to start with. That way I don't have to worry about making like double foundations to build on. And then just drop our stairs down like that. And now we need to do some logging though. Now, one thing about this game is you are going to need to do a significant amount of logging, resource harvesting in general pretty much. Because when you build, it does take a bit and you don't get a ton out of each thing. So as you can see, we're getting 3 logs, all the bigger trees. You'll find some like that only give you 2. So, and each foundation takes 2 logs each. So it does go pretty quick. My main part of my base is, I'll put this one up and then I'll put a 3x6 section for my main base. So we need, so we're going to have 18 foundation pieces to build off of. And that's so we have enough room for all our storage chests and also all of our benches as well, because there is a decent amount of the benches on here. Now, one thing to note is different things harvest stuff at different speeds. So you saw how slow the axe is to harvest the bushes and stuff, whereas the knife goes through it pretty quick. And we got to pick up these rocks because we will use them. So now we can keep working on making our foundations. And basically to start with, I like to make sure that they're faced the same direction. But I like to put 2 on this side to start with, and then that's it for that side, because this side is going to be where we put our chests and our sleeping bag down, because as you can see for the quest, it does say make a sleeping bag, so that is something that we will have to work on. And then basically I just kind of clear out where I'm planning on putting my base, just clear out the trees, the rocks, anything in the way like that. Now with the research, you can speed up your time to harvest trees, so you basically will increase your damage to the trees. You can also research the ability to make building operations quicker. So we must have a full stack of something here. What do we have a full stack of? It's not logs. Oh, that's an apple. I see. For now, I think we will. What can we drop that we don't need? Don't need the mushrooms. I'd rather have the apple. Mushrooms are simple to get. So anyway, we're gonna go up. We're gonna go up now, and we're gonna work on making our sleeping bag for the quest here. Now it all depends on if you have the materials for it too, through looting. As you can see from the storage box, we still need wooden planks, but we can make a bench to actually craft them, so that's not a big deal. The storage, the sleeping bag, you need to find pieces of rubber through salvaging down vehicles or other stuff in houses as well. So That tree's kind of in the way for the camera angle, but we'll make her work there. So I always put down a sleeping bag and a flag. The flag marks the location on the map and on like the compass above as well, so you do know where you're at. It wants us to make the animal trap next, which we will get to, but I do want to put down a couple more pieces of foundation here quick, or rather just this next one. There we go. So for the animal traps, you do get a couple different kinds. You get the small animal trap, you get a medium size, and you also get the birdhouse. So depending on what you're after, these are what you're going to use. Now you can't get everything in the traps. Small animal trap will only catch rabbits and fox. Medium will catch something like deer, pig, stag, wolf, boar. It will not catch a bear. So the bear is something you actually have to go out and hunt. And the birdhouse, of course, will draw in just birds. So anyway, for the small animal trap, we need 20 leaves, 2 seeds, 4 tree branches, and 1 boulder. Now, all this stuff is very easy to come by. Leaves you get from chopping down trees or bushes. Seeds you get from the same place. Tree branches, again, from the same place. And then boulders you get by busting down the big rocks there. But we got to have inventory space to do so. So I'll just jump down here and go ahead and start hitting this up. Takes a few swings to get all the way through it, and you don't get anything until you completely bust it up. So you'll get stuff like different ores, you'll get the boulders, you'll get limestone. As you can see, everything pretty much falls on the ground. But what we need for now is, let's see, what can we drop here? This is only an unfortunate problem at the start, is your limited inventory space. So for now, we're going to actually just drop the lumber and the planks over here, and we need to take that, which should be the boulder, and I believe this is limestone, and then this is just regular stone here, which we'll come back and get here in a few minutes. So as far as the small animal traps, you can place them pretty much right on top of each other. By the way, this is your iron. So you guys know, that is your iron. You bust them down to get your iron pieces, iron ore, stuff like that. But anyway, we're just going to place our small animal traps right next to our base, and eventually we will put the medium animal traps pretty much right behind it. So just drop it down. They will come in and get into it, and the rock falls down on them pretty much. So now the next thing it wants you to do is craft a research table. Now unfortunately, you cannot normally go straight to the research table because of what you need to make it. You need to make up the other crafting tables first, because the research table takes planks and lumber. It also takes nails and rope. Not always are you going to be able to loot all this stuff before you build it, depending on how you play. If you loot a bit first before you go to building your base, you will normally have the rope and the nails for it. Not always the planks and the lumber, but you will almost always have the rope and the nails if you loot first. So what we need to start with is we need to start with our equipment production table. That I always place right on the end here. And some benches you are going to need to leave room for them to upgrade, because they will get significantly bigger as they upgrade. That is why I put a 3x6 foundation on here, is because we actually need that much room for it. So we do have the lumber and planks right here. The stuff shouldn't disappear too quick on us, so we do need more logs though. We do need to make more foundations quick. Now in the upper right hand corner of the screen, you will see it says 0D15H. That's 0 days. We haven't played through a full day yet, and 15H is 1500 hours. The skull and crossbones with the white circle lets you know when the horde waves start. So when that gets all the way around, or at midnight, that is when the horde comes. And again, every day you survive through, or I don't even know if it necessarily is survive, but every day you play through, the horde will get harder. You will get more zombies, you will get harder zombies, and you will start to get special zombies as well. So just take note of that. It does become quite interesting quite fast. So you are going to need to constantly be working on your horde base. Otherwise, the zombies will let you know that they're going to come through it, and you'll find out why. We'll be showing a lot of this game on YouTube here now, and we'll also be doing a bunch of it on stream as well. So like I said, if you guys want to see it on stream, feel free to stop over. You guys are always more than welcome to come over and check it out with us. I normally play this game in the morning, and once we do get our split stream set up completely, we will be playing like the Where's UK mod normally in the afternoon or evening. So anyway, next bench we need to set up is the material production bench. We need another boulder, and we need some more tree branches. So that means we need to go back to bush harvesting, and we need to chop up another rock. There we go. And let's hit this up. Now this first bench will allow us to craft the lumber, the planks, trimmed logs, that kind of stuff. It's basically your basic building materials, I guess is what I'll call it. So anyway, let's get this one set up first. Whoops, wrong one. There we go. And this is going to be its final size. This is not how it starts out, but this is what it upgrades to. So it shows you how much room you need for it to upgrade to. So we can set it up just like that. And as you guys can see, it starts out as a small little saw bench for now. But it will eventually become all of that. So you need to have enough room to upgrade it, is basically what I'm saying. The next bench we're going to set up is going to be the crafting table. This is where we're going to need the plank and the lumber. So we already have that laying on the ground down there. So what we'll do is we'll just come over here, and for now we're just going to drop the oil on the ground, I guess. And we'll take our lumber and our wooden planks back, and we'll come on up here. And again, this is why the base has to be of such size, because we do need a lot of room for bench upgrades, pretty much, is what it comes down to. So anyway, we can set it up about right there. It's fine if it overhangs on this side. I don't want it to overhang out the back, because eventually we will want to put like walls up as well. You can also upgrade the foundations and everything, so you can see what you'll need for that here. The material production table is what we somehow managed to get the upgrade for, but as you can see, it does take these various materials to upgrade it in order to go into the next set here, which is the cement, brick, and then trim stone. And then the final upgrade allows you to craft all the metal stuff, is what I'll call that. But anyway, for the last thing we're going to do quick is we are going to set up some of these storage boxes. We're going to make one. I should be more specific. We're only going to make one because we only have one piece of plastic. But we need to make 2 wooden planks. So that requires us to go to our saw bench, or the materials bench here. And we just need to pop out 2 of them quick. And it's an instant craft, so you don't have to worry about sitting there for an hour waiting for stuff to build. But I always make these ones here, and I just turn them sideways like this, and then put it basically as close to the flag as I can to start with, and boom. Craft that in there. This will give you 12 slots to start putting stuff in. This first one here is always for my food, so anything food related is just going to end up in here. Herbs, the gardening stuff like fertilizer and stuff will also go in here as well. Seeds always stay on me. These energy bars also always stay on me. They are hotkeyed to number 1 in case I need them during a fight to regenerate health and stuff. But now we do have a little bit of inventory room, so we can go ahead and pick that up. Can can take our mushrooms back. And our stones were somewhere around here. I don't remember unless we picked them up. But those are somewhere around here. It's not a big deal. But as you can see, we do have some inventory space cleared up here again now. We are definitely going to want to make more of those. So that entails getting the research bench and being able to craft plastic on here. Because plastic, you need junior engineer for the research. And then it only takes one piece of plastic to turn into that. Just like rope takes one cloth, one vine, and to make cloth, you just need pieces of cloth. So there's a lot of stuff on here that's going to require a bit of crafting and a lot of looting. But for the next episode, what we're going to do is we're going to work on getting our cooking bench set up and also our research bench set up and look at researching some stuff right away. Then we're going to get back into looting and we're going to make our horde base. So thank you guys so much for being here for the first episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys will enjoy this series on this game. If you guys are enjoying the game, make sure you guys take the time to hit that like button. Comment down below what are your thoughts so far. If you guys have been playing this game, what do you guys think of it? And as always, if you guys are enjoying the content on the channel, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. You guys trigger those notification bells so you never miss out on any videos. And also, if you guys want to catch this live, come over to Twitch, hit me up with a follow, and then you guys will know as soon as I go live. I always post in Discord, in the Discord channel when I'm going live. Discord link and the Twitch link will be down below in the video description. So come on over and say hello, and hopefully we can catch you guys at a live stream. So thank you guys again so much for being here, and we'll catch you guys back tomorrow for the next video.